All right, so this portion of it is when you're gonna put on. If you have cream or gel, it's the same thing. You can apply the cream or gel, no problem. So me, I like warm oils and stuff like that. So you have your torch, or you can use whatever heating instrument that you want, and you're just gonna heat up the oil. Be careful of the feet. When I want to set fire to the feet. Okay. And it liquefies pretty good, easily. So it's gonna be a little warm, okay?
Is this something you made?
Mm-hmm.
Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
Uh-oh.
Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
To get somebody's foot to go sideways, take your thumb, just put it in between the fingers and move it to the side. Or you can just do the side. But some people, it hurts people right here because either they're wearing high heels too much or whatever, and it's like, wait a minute, you're pushing on something like Negro, what's wrong with you? So just go in between the toe where it don't hurt and then hook her up. And really work that stuff in. So I don't want any type of friction. All right, so now that the feet are nice and greasy and all nice and slippery, they're not greasy, they're just moisturized. We use the sticks. So same stick. You can lather up your stick as well. Sometimes it gets dry. Friction is bad.
I like that stick.
Yeah, it's good. Well, it's a little painful, but it's like a good hurt. It's like, oh shit. So sides of the spine. I know some people say this is the spine, which technically is correct from older books, but this is the spine that they say it is now. But oh well. You get right on in and erase those crunchy pieces in there. Now see how you have a heel right here and it's like, ugh, that could hurt somebody if you just go right over it. So the bending of the foot, and you just go slow over the heel. Instead of just going, it gets crazy. Right around this toe area, big toe.
How it feel? It feels too good to fall asleep. Don't let me fall asleep, you know what happened.
And I know some people are wondering, what is the big side for? The bigger side, when somebody has like a really, really huge toe, she doesn't have a huge toe, so I just use the smaller side or the Harry Potter wand or whatever. So the Harry Potter wand on the big side is for the bigger toes, and you can actually kind of mash in without it hurting so much. The pointier the point is, yeah, more pain. It's sharper. It can really get it. See how she's right. The bigger toe, it don't seem to do all that because it's more of a surface and it can distribute more pressure than pain. And you really work those calcaneal tendons or the calcaneus area. And she doesn't have much to work with because hers is soft. Some people are just jacked up and it's hard. So then you flip it like you're about to stab somebody again and then work those areas if it was hard for the small. So just or in Thai, it's all slow, but I go fast because I can't stand going too slow just to get it done. Because gripping with these tools and it's soft or you have oil, you got to grip it harder because it slips out. So it's like your grip is always hard and your hands can get worn out because even my hand's starting to hurt now. My thumb is. So these tools just go slow. And it's literally like you're working your thumbs when you're going gliding up the foot, across the foot. You're basically doing the same thing. Down the foot, across the foot. Whatever direction you're going to do with your thumbs, you can do the same thing with your stick. And it may seem like you're not doing anything, but once you are the receiver, you're like, oh, this is what this feels like. I'm like, yeah, it can be painful, and I'm not really, doing excruciating work, like leaning my whole body into it or elbow. So now you're kind of understanding, like, man, when somebody puts an elbow in my back, now I understand why they be hurting. This shit hurts. It's like, it ain't no joke. Just to take it easy on somebody, just go nice and slow. So on the tops, you're basically doing the same movements up each and every line, down every line. I've seen people do circles if you want to. Go for it. All the way up to the tallest bone. The one that makes you stand up on your feet, like those ballerinas. That tallest bone is the only bone that allows you to do that. When those feet go straight down, that bone in there locks in and allows you to stay on your tippy toes like that. Without that bone, we would just go fall forward. It's cuboid bone, all the navicular bone, all the good stuff. It all holds purpose in our feet. To get the opposite side, just turn that foot to the side. It seems like they can't take it or their foot's not going to go that way. They can't. You can put that foot all the way down. Now, if they're sensitive, they have hyperextend their kneecap up here and then your ankle. Don't do it. Like, you'll know if they can take the pressure. If not, she would have fought back my resistance. She'd be like, oh, what you doing? But I already knew, because her kneecap is basically facing that way. She's doing good. Because normally when you go right here, if she had knee problems, she'd be like, oh, that hurts. If I went right here and I know her ankle is like trying to budge back, that means she has ankle issues. So it's not the kneecap. Kneecap is fine, ankle is fine, she's good. This side can hurt a little bit because there's really no muscle around the ankle. It's just nothing but ligament and tendons. But I'm really just trying to get the feet, the side, the spine. And don't worry about being perfect and trying to make a perfect line. Nothing's gonna be perfect in Thai. I mean, we have too many bony landmarks and ridges and nooks and crannies to be perfect for anything. And that's all I do with the Thai stick. In between the toes, all you're doing, I push the toe out of the way so I can see the feet. Because if you're down here and you're going, yeah, you can see it, but I'd rather be right here where I can see the whole foot. Really, because you're going in, out, or out, in either way you want to go. And then on top of the toe, you're inside the toe and you're pushing down. Spin. So either way. And sometimes not even just digging, sometimes just spinning is relaxing. You just want to spin the stick. Go between the toes, because in between the toes you have erogenous zones. Erogenous zones, like when you're mad or whatever.
That feels good.
It feels good, yeah. And it feels better with the hands because it's just warm on warm. It's not a stick. So the stick feels good too, but then it's nothing like.
That's just your finger. Wow, that's a good feeling.
So in your feet, the nerve sensors or receptors down there, I mean, it's hundreds of thousands of them. That's when, like, when you step on like hot coal, if you ever see the people in Hawaii when they're stepping across the fire or whatever it is with their feet, they done that for many a times. Like, they didn't just one day wake up and say, oh, I'm gonna walk across this hot coal. It took a lot of times to do that, to really master that technique. They harden their feet. So the hardening of the feet, the nerves are dead at that base layer or whatever, or their epidermis layer is so hardened to where the nerves have retracted, so where they can't really even feel the heat no more. Unless they stand there for like minutes, then okay. But regular people like me and you, we try to run across that fire. We ain't even trying to be there for like 2 seconds. Right, right. You ever go to like a beach, right? That's why you need flip flops or sandals when you go to the beach. Unless you live there for a long time, then you see people without sandals. How they doing it? Because they already used to it. They've been there for ever, all their life, so they used to it. So that's how, like, nerve receptors in our feet. Shit, the only place that's more than our feet is groin. Inside our legs, Yeah, because you know that's where our reproductive area is. And of course, it's gonna have more than anything else. And that outside that would be neck. Anything else besides that would be our mouth because of taste receptors and stuff like that for food. And not everybody's feet are gonna be this easy at all. You're gonna have work on some people's feet like, oh Lord, the stick ain't gonna do it. So what do I do after the sticks? And that's when we have to graduate to a higher level. So we'll take away our sticks, put everything back. So after the sticks, I usually use my steel tools or metal instruments. So the metal instruments are pretty much hard, way harder than the stick, of course. And it's gonna grind. It's gonna be a little painful in certain areas. Okay, I'm just letting you know.